Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Nadra. We, students of grade 6, for the first time, will be entertaining you with our views on racism and discrimination. Racism is one of the greatest injustices in societies today. Racism can raise its ugly head in many places. It is demonstrated through actions that reflect an abuse, dislike, or violence directed to a certain community. Discrimination based on color, clothing, culture, or religion is racism. Discrimination haunts many people worldwide. It can make their life worse, full of pain and struggle. I shall finish with these sage words. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Nelson Mandela, 1994. Now we'll play a short video entitled Uniting Against Racism.
We live in a world where people face barriers to education, employment, health, justice, and culture just because of the color of their skin.
Just because of where they come from, what they look like, or what they believe in.
No more.
No more.
No more.
تفترقان هياكلنا الإدارية وثقافتنا الشعبية وتحيزنا وفرضياتنا اللاواعية.
But this doesn't have to be the case.
You, me, us, we can create the change that we want.
By developing historical knowledge and critical thinking, we can improve our understanding of the past.
By encouraging cultural diversity, especially at the local level, we can build societies that are more respectful of others.
Stop watching from the sideline.
We are all one humanity.
Keep quiet is not an option.
Is not an option.
Di lo que piensas.
Speak up.
Speak up. Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Let us begin our presentation with an ayat from the Holy Quran on racism recited by our fellow classmate Rehan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير.
O humankind, indeed we have created you from male and female and made you peoples and tribes so that you may know one another. Indeed, the noblest of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is knowing and acquainted. Surah Hujurat, Ayat 13.
Even though we know that racism is bad, why does it still continue to be a part of us?
Where did this idea of one race is better than the other come from in the first place?
Looking at it scientifically, it is very clear that we are one human race. We are all related and descended from a common ancestor.
Even in Islam, it stated that we all came from a common ancestor, Prophet Adam and Siti Hawa.
Genetically, we're all 99.9% the same. There is no gene for whiteness or blackness or Asianness. So, how did this happen? How do we get this thing? How did racism start?
Is it because somewhere back in history, people encountered one another and they found each other strange? Your skin is a different color than mine. Your hair is different. You dress and talk funny. And so since you're different, that you're somehow less than me. So maybe that makes it okay for me to mistreat you. Is this the start of racism?
Only Scene has two mic.
Scene 1, Scene 1, color discrimination.
Which library do we go to, Hina?
The Bright Faces Library. It's not that far. Let's go.
Excuse me, where do you think you're going?
We're going in, of course.
Sorry, but this library is only for the white people.
No, it's not. Please let us go in.
This is the regulation here. We don't allow colored people in.
That's so racist and unfair. We deserve to use this library as much as you do.
No, you don't have the same right as us. Go to another library.
Scene 2, Islamophobia.
You Muslims are not welcome here. You are all terrorists.
Please do not label us unjustly. Muslim people mean no harm.
Really? I have read so much about the violence of your people attacking others.
Those people who commit horrible crimes are aliens or faith. Islam does not condone aggression.
Yes, Islam is a religion of peace.
Stop with your lies. We don't want your kind of people here.
We are just normal people like you. You cannot treat us as if we have done the entire world wrong.
Whatever.
Astaghfirullah, you guys. May Allah guide you to the right path. Ameen.
Okay, it's fine. The table's there.
They have their own mic.
Do you find
Scene 3, social class bigotry.
It's a hot day. It's a hot day and a poor lady is looking for a place to eat. Suddenly, she gets startled.
Shoo, shoo, go away. Why are you dirtying this place? Get going. But I'm just looking at the menu. Isn't it obvious? This place is not for the likes of you. Look at what you're wearing. It looks so musty and crusty. We don't serve people like you here. Huh? What's wrong with what I'm wearing?
The poor lady was hurt by the harsh words said about her, but she knew that she had to leave the premises. Just as she was about to leave, she noticed an elegant lady walking into the restaurant.
Go, go, go. Good afternoon, madam. Please let me show you to your preferred table. It's so good to have you here today.
Yes, please. Take my bags too. I would like an extra large cup of your most expensive coffee brew. Here's a tip.
You You see why you're not welcomed here? Now leave. Your bag. You guys should take the bag. Guys, where's the mic? The bag's over there. The bag. Ask to take the bag. Boys, take the bag.
Scene 4, Cultural Race Discrimination.
Ugh, what language are you speaking? It sounds so uncultured.
Ma'am, we're speaking in our native language. It's rude to call any other language uncultured.
You don't just sound funny, you dress weird too. Why don't you just go back to where you came from?
You can't say that to us. We have never insulted anyone and don't deserve to be spoken to like this.
Please respect our culture and differences.
You don't have a say because you don't belong here. We don't like foreigners. Do you understand? Now leave.
Astaghfirullahul Azim.
Okay, let them take it first. Leave a gap in the middle. Leave a gap in the middle. Guys. Racism is not mainly a problem of attitudes, of individual bigotry, but it's a tool.
A tool to divide us and set up systems, economics and social systems that advantage some people and disadvantage others.
No one deserves to be victims of blind hatred, prejudice, ignorance, and injustice just because of their faith. We cannot and should not ignore instances of hate speech and hate crimes to justify the exploitations of facts done by media coverage or individuals. Inequality only leads to further injustice.
We must accept and treat everyone with equal respect, and those who are more privileged are not innately or born superior to others.
No race or culture is inferior to others. Some of the most sophisticated cultures in the world begin in Asia and Africa.
Stop racial labeling, prejudice, discrimination, as it is all about maintaining the status quo of self-serving, self-centered, and narcissistic people.
Leave it. 3, 2. Let us build a society that is not built on the exploitation or oppression of anyone. Let us do this because it is right.
Think about the generation and say that we want to make a better place for our children and our children's children so they know it's a better world for them and think if they can make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love, and this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find that there's no need to cry. In this place, we feel that there's no hurt or sorrow.
There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place.
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people hurting. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you
mankind from Adam and Eve, and an Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor are non-Arabs any superiority over an Arab. Also, a white has no superiority over a black, nor a black has any superiority over a white, except by piety and good action.
Jazakumullahu khairan. We all hope that you have enjoyed our presentation and Assalamu alaikum.